Hello YouTube, Shadow Prince Gamer here. You know, we all grew up watching cartoons in the 90s, and as you know, they made games based off those cartoons on the Super Nintendo and the Super Famicom. So here, I'm going to discuss 5 games that I grew up watching on the Super Famicom, and maybe you guys might grew up watching them too. So here, let's start with the number 1 game right here that I really loved growing up was Animaniacs for the SNES. Now this game was a big, huge part of my childhood. Right here, I loved Animaniacs. So the next game we'll be talking about from the 90s that I also watched was Biker Mice from Mars. I loved this cartoon as well, and then when I found out that they made a game for the Super Nintendo, which this was a racing game, akin to like say Mario Kart. This was a very good game too, and oh man, like I say, I really loved it as well. So now this game right here, this was like my heart and soul of my childhood that I really loved, was The Adventures of Batman and Robin. They also had a Sega Genesis version, but as you see from this video, we're talking about the Super Nintendo versions. And like this game was so amazing. I loved it. Now this was peak Konami right here. Like they couldn't do no bad games back then. Okay, so we might be getting into a little obscure territory right here. I don't just play English American Super Nintendo games. I also grew up watching anime when I was a kid as well. And then there's a couple of games that I enjoyed playing when they came out for the Super Famicom in Japan. And one of them will happen to be Super Variable Geo. This is the kin of, say, Street Fighter, because you know back then during the 90s, the Street Fighter craze was like everywhere. So everybody had to make a fighting game based off like cartoons. And here we got Super Variable Geo. So here's another game that had a cartoon adaptation only in Japan, but they do have it out in America in subtitles. And then, of course, they made a Super Famicom game based off it as well, which this game was called Go-Go Ackman, made by the legendary Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z. So, you got that comedy akin to like Dragon Ball. But this game was like your action platforming game, and like this was another game I enjoyed as a kid as well. So there we have it. That was my favorite games that I enjoyed for the Super Famicom and the Super Nintendo based off of cartoons that I enjoyed as a kid. What was your favorite video games or cartoons growing up that you enjoyed that was based off a cartoon that was made into a video game? Leave a comment and let me know. Well, on that note, that's Shadow Prince Gamer. If you liked what you seen, you liked what you heard, give me a subscription, give me a like. I'm trying to boost up my YouTube channel and start to bring some more content out. So I can tell you, if you like what you heard, like what you seen, hey, sub my channel. If not, hey, leave a like, leave a comment. I love to hear from you all. Thank you. Shadow Prince Gamer, out.